Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, it's Friday morning. Out here having a little puff. Enjoying some Dunhill early morning pipe. And it's interesting because I'm smoking it in a Dunhill. See a little white dot? Yeah. Very expensive pipe, but I got this from a friend. And yeah, I'm very fortunate to have this. It's got a nice shell blast. It's a 4S, about 1969 vintage. But anyways, it smokes very nice, very lightweight. So I can just clench it like this. You don't get tired, you know. But anyways, real sharp, very natty style, very slender, very pronounced, just very sharp. Anyway, some of you other pipe smokers might be saying, hey, well, hey, how are you enjoying Dunhill? They stopped making tobacco. Well, I have an older tin of early morning pipe, and I usually just enjoy it like, you know, once or twice a month. So I still have a little bit left. I haven't tried the Peterson's version because Peterson bought up all the blending rights and recipes from Dunhill, so I've heard good things. I've had their 965. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not quite the same as I remember the Dunhill 965 or whatever, my mixer. But it still was enjoyable. But anyways, you know, it was what it is. But the early morning pipe is really nice on a weekend, you know, especially in the cooler weather. You can see I'm wearing a sweater. It's a little better. It's a little cooler now. Anyhow, have some coffee. We're doing this Friday morning the right way. Embry lanterns on the mug there. Got it from a friend who probably purchased it from W.T. Kirkman. So yeah, anyways, I was looking at my content and I realized I didn't do a video on the a-Paulls. I did a video where the a-Paull was in it, but it wasn't the focus, it wasn't the spotlight. So I thought, you know what? Might as well do one with the a-Paulls. So, this is a-Paulls No.0. Hot blast, of course. Dates to probably the late 20s, early 30s. Has a solid wheel for the regulator. Later a-Paulls had one with holes in it that looked more like a wheel, you know, to like a piece of artillery. And has a standardized fuel cap size. It has actually a 40s era Dietz cap in it. So this might have had the Bakelite cap, but I'm not sure. I know the later ones did have a black Bakelite cap. But as you see, there's no creases in the air tubes. So this is pre-reinforced air tubes. Has dual bail locks, which came out I think in the 30s, maybe the late 20s. I think a-Paulls kept the dual bail locks into the 40s. But, you know, it has the original red paint, which is in a great state of age. It has some of that nice crinkling, not crinkling, but you know, when a surface, like a finish will get aged, and it looks like alligator scales, you know. So, has some paint scaling on the top of the fount, and it just looks really cool. And it has that look like it was found in an abandoned barn, you know, where it was up in a high dry place, you know, just hanging on a nail in a barn. And I think that's a really cool look, you know. And I cleaned it off a little bit, not too much. I just wanted to leave the paint the way it was. There's really no rust on it. And there's a little grime, but I think it has a great look. So I had to get it. I've had it since earlier this year. And the globe, it might be original, but I'm not sure. But it has plenty of lamp black on the insides from use. And when it's lit, it really looks nice. I don't think I'm going to clean the globe. I have not touched it since I bought it. Well, I haven't really touched it ever, except for removing it and wiping it down on the outside and keeping it clean on the outside. But the inside, I like the amount of soot. That looks really cool. But the really cool thing about these a-Paulls lanterns is the lift mechanism. Now, as you can see, it's aiming down. And for comparison, we have this. We have this Victor, 1890s Victor. As you can see, this is a pretty standard lift lever. Most Dietz lanterns use, like the Monarch, the whatnot. So that's what you do, up to down, and it lifts. Very simple design. Works, it's efficient, no complaints, right? Well, Paul's wanted something a little different, and they created this. So it, as you see, it's aiming down, but then you lift it up, and then the globe not only lifts, but it swings away from the burner. So if I turn it sideways, you can see the profile and how it comes out away from the burner, which makes it a lot easier to access for lighting, trimming, whatever. And yeah, it's a cool piece. Now, I'm not sure if this burner is steel or brass, but I'm just not sure. It has a little bit of a yellow look to it, but it might be steel. Let's see. It is. It's tin. Come on. There it is. But anyhow, it's a cool piece. It really is. So let's light it. Let's light it and enjoy this thing. I can demonstrate it better. There we go. You know, it's interesting. This modern kerosene is such a low flash point that it takes a little time for it to actually light. That's why I'm not really afraid of burning kerosene, because, well, it takes a while for the flame to catch on a wick, and it's not instant light. It's just slowly, it lights slowly. But once it burns for a little bit and the oil gets warm, you know, so that this air circulates through here and warms up the oil, then it burns better and more efficient. That's just the method it works. Hot blasts are never really the brightest lantern in the gang. It's usually the cold blast because of the fresh air instead of recycling old, you know, combusted air. Mingled with some fresh, of course, but yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, the Paul's No.0. Very sturdy lantern, low center of gravity, shallow fount, wide shallow fount. So it's a harder lantern to tip over, really, opposed to, you know, some of the other cold blasts, smaller cold blasts that are a little more narrower fount. But this definitely has a more of a sturdier stance about it. It's a cool piece. I found it on eBay, and I just like the way it looked, the way it was. I haven't done any cleaning really, except for wiping it down with a little WD and just getting a little bit of the dust off, but so you can really see the paint and the original paint and color to it. Yeah, I dig it. So I burn it ever so often, and it burns nice, burns clean, and just has a really nice look about it. The globe has a really cool, you know, gradient from red to dark because of the lamp black, but it's staying. I'm not cleaning it. It looks great. So that's the Paul's No.0. After this model, they made the same lantern, but then added reinforcement creases and also a star pattern on the top of the fount, stamped into the top, which looks kind of like a compass, you know. But anyways, I think they call it the compass crease or whatever. But pretty much unchanged since then. And yeah, they made a good lantern. I think all the way up into the 40s. I don't know when they got bought out or went out of business, but I like it. It's a nice piece. High quality, as most things were back in those days. Not so much anymore. Anyways, folks, hope you're enjoying your Friday, whatever you're doing, and enjoy a weekend. It should be here in California, Southern California. It should be cooler, and which would be good. It would be nice to have some mild weather finally. All right, take care, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.